So Ubisoft has had an arrogant attitude in the past, okay? What I mean by that is that, for example, they were one of the last companies that still insisted on using their Uplay or Ubisoft Connect launcher. When all the other companies like EA and so on, Bethesda, they all moved over to Steam, Ubisoft was like, no, we are going to stay only on Ubisoft Connect and Epic Games. Also, they had various examples of lazy development, lack of innovation. They recklessly copied other games, like for example Ghost Recon Frontline, which I had the privilege of playing in the closed beta, and it was literally a one-to-one ripoff of Warzone, so hence it was cancelled, right? They didn't even bring the game out. On top of that, there were loads of stories coming from within Ubisoft where people said, well, they're not giving artistic freedom to the creatively talented people, and they do have plenty of creatively talented people within Ubisoft, but decisions are being made by people in suits, okay? Those people make the decisions, so they're arrogant, right? And in the past, they always thought, well, we're gonna get away with it. It's no problem. Our games are great. It's fantastic. It's not our problem, is it? We're still selling the games. Well, it backfires now. Not long ago, they said we're going to start to restructure our company and we know we have to make a few changes and so on, not only because of the allegations against Ubisoft, but probably also because they saw all these things that I just listed impacting their sales. So not long ago, they kind of sneakily announced that they're now returning their games to Steam, okay? And this is already like an admission of failure of their own platform, basically admitting that their games are not successful enough and not returning the numbers that they want to when they're only on Epic Games and on Ubisoft Connect. So now they're back on Steam, and surely the games are doing really well over here, right? Let's take a look at Assassin's Creed Valhalla, for example. Uh-oh, mixed reviews. Incorporate third-party DRM, de novo anti-tamper. Requires third-party account, Ubisoft Connect. Requires agreement to third-party Euler. Well, surely that can't be the case for all the games that they brought back to Steam. How about the Division 2? Division 2, right now on sale. Let's take a look at that. Ooh. Yeah, not great. And on top of that, I've been playing some Division 2 recently, and that game crashes regularly, okay? And that's also kind of the top comment. If you go to the reviews, be aware before you purchase this title, crashing. The game has terrible crashing issues. Why do you put this game unchanged on Steam if it keeps crashing, even on your own platform? Come on, Ubisoft, honestly. But what about Roller Champions, right? Roller Champions, free-to-play game from Ubisoft. Barely any reviews, and they are not doing well. Ugh. Well, but Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, okay? That one surely has okay. So almost all the games that they ported over to Steam get mixed reviews because the games have issues. They either crash. Scott Pilgrim, for example, doesn't have controller support. They all still require Ubisoft Connect. There are bugs. These are loveless ports. Okay, these are ports that basically look like Ubisoft were in a panic. They were like, well, a lot of the games that we put millions of dollars into, they don't have any players. We got to put them on Steam. It's like, okay, yeah, we port them over. That will take about 12 months. And then we properly like, no. It has to happen tomorrow. Tomorrow, we need to make money tomorrow. The shareholders, they're in my neck. They want to mess with me. I need money tomorrow. So they just like hammer all those games over, put them on Steam without putting any love or consideration in them. And that's the price you pay. And it could be so easy. Like someone tweets here, oh no, it looks like Ubicon is struggling to get up again. I wonder why. Need a hand? Says Raymond. No, I'm just doing fine. I'm alright. I love that he's wearing a suit as well. Ubisoft is wearing a suit, okay? This is such a great representation. Are you sure? I could help you if you let me. No, I don't need any help. I don't need to. Basically saying that they just need to make a Rayman game. People want another Rayman game. My theory on that is, by the way, that I think probably a lot of the artists that were responsible for the Rayman art, which was like brilliant, they probably left Ubisoft. I don't know that, but presumably it wouldn't be too easy for them now to stomp another Rayman game out of the ground. But I don't know. I'm just speculating, okay? Then beyond all this, we got this news just 2 days ago. Ubisoft facing surprisingly slower sales. They have canceled 3 unannounced games on top of 4 that they already cancelled in July. They're planning $200 million in cost reduction, including natural attrition and divesting of non-core assets. I love that. Like, that is the most pretentious way of saying, guys, we need to shrink. Okay, we need to save costs. We need to get rid of some employees. We need to maybe shrink a few studios. No. We are following a rule of natural attrition. That's what we do at Ubisoft. And just that BS is such a representation of what is wrong with Ubisoft. Beyond that, the Ubisoft says that they are surprised by Mario and Rabbids sequel underperforming. Why is this game not selling? It's Mario. Everyone loves Mario, right? This makes no sense. And because all that negative news kind of kept piling on top of each other, because they canceled the games, because the sales figures were not as expected, their share price has plunged, and it has plunged significantly. All right, let's take a look at this. So here we are on the 11th of January, where all this stuff kind of came out. The price was still sitting at 24 euros per share. A day after, it overnight plunged to 19 euros. Okay, that is not an insignificant. Sometimes they make these graphs look like it's a significant plunge, but actually it's just like 50 cents or something in a share that is worth 25 euros. But this is a plunge of almost $5 overnight. And if you look at the 1 month price of their share, you can see it's not looking good. The outlook for this share is not brilliant. There's a problem. And then originally this piece of news also was just a rumor. Nobody knew if it's actually true. Turns out it is true. Skull and Bones, a Ubisoft original, has been delayed for the 6th time. Originally revealed in 2017 and in development since 2013, it has been delayed from March 2023 to an unspecific date in the next year. So obviously that also heavily contributed to the price drop in their shares. And you may wonder, well, what would Ubisoft do? Surely they've got really talented PR people who make sure that they now put a message out that limits the damage, that reassures shareholders and says, well, things are going to get better from here on forward. Let's see what Yves Guillemot had to say in response to all those negative news. So, after a terrible 2022, Ubisoft's Yves Guillemot tells staff the next year is crucial, telling them in an email that the ball is now in your court to deliver on time and on budget. Today, more than ever, I need your full energy and commitment to ensure we get back to the path of success. He also calls the upcoming pipeline the best in Ubisoft history and tells staff that he's excited to share more at E3 and thanks them for their ongoing contributions. So this is the worst response to what's currently going on that you could come up with. And I tell you why. Because this puts the responsibility back to the creatives, back to the developers, the people who actually make the game. And it pushes all responsibility away from the people who wear suits, when those are the people who caused all this debacle in the first place. One of the key problems, and I mentioned it in the beginning briefly, of Ubisoft is that they don't give artistic freedom to the talented people they have. And that has been going on for a very long time. And even Ubisoft has pledged in the past and said, well, we're going to change, we're going to get better, we want our creatives to do the actual work. It just doesn't happen. And now after the suits have rammed this company into the ground, they're like, well, guys, now creatives and developers, now we need you. Okay, you need to deliver on time and on budget, please. Okay, this is crucial. It's like, bro, you should come forward and say, we've been too controlling. We have not stepped back enough to give these people that actually make games the creative freedom they need to make amazing games. We're going to do that without compromises, starting right now, and not push that responsibility back in that way how he phrased it here. It's actually an unbelievable response. Yo, Yves, anything else? Do you have anything else to say, Yves? I think what they need is another NFT banger project. Maybe this time they will sell 2K worth of stuff. You may remember the terrible launch of Ghost Recon Breakpoint where they had all these NFTs and it was... I mean, think about it now, how ridiculous that was. Maybe stop making live services and microtransaction hellscapes. Passing the buck and blaming your staff is poor management and leadership. Exactly. And you can see throughout these comments, people are pissed. Everyone knows what's going on, okay? This stuff is no secret. It's been going on for such a long time, and it's been such a repetitive pattern. Everyone knows what's going on, but Yves Guillemot and the leadership and management at Ubisoft, they still think, no, they have no idea what's actually going on behind the scenes. It feels like you're being fooled over and over again as a consumer, and on top of that, the games are just not that great that they would get away with this kind of behavior. You know, if Rockstar would pull something like that, people would still buy the next GTA, okay? Because the game is probably great, but the Ubisoft games have been kind of garbage for the longest time, with the exception maybe of the Assassin's Creed series. The recent Assassin's Creed games all got fairly good reviews, if it wouldn't be like for the DRM stuff that you see on Steam where people rate it negatively because of that. But in general, they seem to be fairly good games. So it seems like Assassin's Creed is kind of the last bastion, the last successful brand that they have. And it really is like this tweet. It's fun watching Ubisoft burn. Assassin's Creed. Boo! Get better material. No, he's checking his cards. Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed. They all say Assassin's Creed. They have literally nothing else at this point. I know they're working on a Star Wars game, and just recently they were like, it's gonna be No Man's Sky in the Star Wars universe. You're gonna explore unlimited galaxies. And it's like, yeah, dude, I believe that when I see it, okay? So where can they go from here? what is the next logical step for Ubisoft? A lot of people say, well, when will Microsoft buy them? Okay, and that would probably be a good thing. If Microsoft would buy them, they would probably put pressure on them. They would kind of revamp some of their studios and just really focus it. Because I think at this point, Microsoft is probably more aware of the issues within Ubisoft and with their games specifically than Ubisoft themselves. And that is reflected in a lot of the stuff that we just went through, including the comment from Yves Guillemot. These guys still don't really know what the problem is. They probably know it, but they don't want to admit it. They want to keep living in their little management castle in the clouds, and pretending that everything's okay because our games, they look good. I saw the trailer. It looks fantastic, okay? It's visually stunning. It's like, yeah, do you actually play those games? They're garbage. A lot of that shit is garbage. Anyway, that's it, guys. This is the update on Ubisoft. It's not looking good. What do you think? Is Microsoft going to buy them? Are they going to go bankrupt? Or will they possibly recover? And the Star Wars game is going to be an absolute banger, and this is the moment where they turn it around and turn Ubisoft into something great again. I don't know. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below because I'm really curious to hear them. Also, if you want to discuss this amongst many other topics, follow the link to our Discord channel down in the description. Loads of nice people there. I'm hanging out there so we can discuss all this in more depth on the Discord channel. Don't forget to smash the like button on your way out, subscribe to the channel, and I see you in the next video. Take care of yourselves. I'm out. Bye.